There's a little girl's letter to Santa's been found up a chimney 77 years after she left it there. Oh. Now, it was discovered when the current owners of the house decided to do some renovations, and this is what it said. Dear Father Christmas, please bring me some nice toys and a hymn book. Age 5.5. Oh. Love, Christine.
Oh, 70. Oh, that's
Isn't
lovely.
that adorable?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you know, I've got younger kids, and Amy is 9, and she wrote her letter to Santa just this week, and it didn't ask for a prayer book. There we go. What I do is every year I take a picture of it, I photocopy it and keep it, so because we send the original to Santa, obviously. And this says this: Dear Santa, for Christmas I'd like a netball and a hoop, a telescope, that's that bloomin' John Lewis ad, and Lucius's wand with the stick, that's from Harry Potter. And she also every year asks for superpowers. Every year she asks
Just
for
learn from
superpowers.
Mummy, darling.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Oh, it's lovely though. That
Yeah.
I love the fact that kids still want to write letters. My two write letters. My grandchildren still write letters. What are you looking at, humbug? Mr. Scrooge. Mr. Scrooge sitting on the end.
When I grew up, we were so poor in our working class hovel.
I think I
For Christmas one year, a pair of shoes, and when I said it in a radio interview many years later, my mother was appalled, and she said, I can't hold my head up in the street. I said, but it's the truth. One Christmas we did.
What's wrong with getting a pair of shoes?
I know, you're not supposed to say that, though, are you?
Ah, OK.
Well, not our parents didn't want us to say that.
What sort of
they were
thing did you
ashamed of
ask
it,
for?
weren't they? What sort of thing? My mother used to go cleaning, scrubbing floors in order to buy us really good Christmas presents. And I remember once waking up, and she used to manage to hide them as well, to actually a doll and a proper pram, which is what I wanted. The maternal instinct dropped away for a while after that, but I had it very strongly then. She was a brilliant, brilliant mother, so she did a great job. But also, I understand in this article the thing for the prayer book, the hymn book, because, you know, in the old days, everyone went to church on Christmas morning.
Yeah,
and imagine if you had your own
Christmas
hymn
Eve
book.
too.
And Christmas Eve, your own hymn book with the name written on it and everything. You'd be so proud, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And I used to get special outfits for Christmas and Easter to go to church so everyone would see me. And she used to borrow money on the Provident and pay it off each week so I would look best.
Ah, so it's very different for you now, though, isn't it? Because you've got kids and they've grown up in a very different world to yours.
Very privileged, and I've absolutely spoiled them because of what I grew up with, which you know how I grew up. And a little overspoiled, but they've got good values. I beat them up every so often. It balances.
In your kind of life, knowing the life you had and now that your children's got, do you ever resent when you look at them and go, oh, my God?
Very good question. Very good question. I went through that about 10 years ago, and I felt really alienated and had to really do some work on that because I thought, they're so different to the way I grew up. It's impossible not to feel resentful. Right. And it's impossible not to feel confused because all their reference points and their terminologies were so different to mine. They didn't know that. And I felt a bit alienated because they would never, ever in their lifetimes know what my childhood was like. But you just have to accept that in
And
the end.
You ask, did you talk to people?
They know.
About it? Oh.
I did talk to people, but my kids know. My kids were always very close to my grandparents, to their grandparents, to my mum and dad. And they do the Liverpool accents all the time. And my dad used to, come on, Jack, let's do this now, lad. And he'd bring them back down to earth all the time. So, no, they know both, but they'll still never know the life I had.
No.
Oh, it was so hard, Sherry. It was so hard, honest to God.
And Sherry, obviously, you've got grandchildren. Do you completely go against, never mind Santa, never mind parents, are you a proper nana and spoil them rotten?
Oh, I'm terrible. I'm the worst nana anybody could ever have because there is no N-O in my language.
Okay.
And they know it. I know, but they love me just as much. I know when we go out, they'll go, Nana will take us, Mum. And I'll go, yes. Oh, I see. I know why I'm going then. But I can't resist them.
Yeah.
I can't resist them. I know it's bad. I know I'm terrible. And
That's
I know...
your job.
Look at her shaking her head.
That's your job.
No, but that's what I'm for, Janet.
I'm glad
I'll
you
take
have
you out.
I'm glad you have got a purpose in life, because I wasn't.
Right, we're
She
going to
always
draw...
has to have the last word.
Yes.